What if the most connected generation in human history is also becoming one of the loneliest? In 2023, the U.S. Surgeon General issued a warning about a crisis spreading quietly across America. Not a virus, not a new disease. Loneliness. The advisory warned that the health consequences associated with lacking social connection can be comparable to smoking up to 15 cigarettes a day. And here is the contradiction: we can message someone across the planet in seconds. We can watch another person's life from the moment we wake up until the moment we fall asleep. We have access to more human faces, voices, stories, and conversations than any generation before us. Yet more than half of U.S. adults have reported experiencing loneliness. So the problem is no longer simply access to people. The problem may be that our brains are beginning to confuse the appearance of connection with the real thing. Every night, millions of people spend hours watching creators, following streamers, or talking to AI companions. They laugh with them, confide in them, miss them when they disappear. Sometimes, they feel closer to a person on a screen than to anyone in the room beside them. Psychologists have long studied one part of this phenomenon under a name: parasocial relationships. A one-sided emotional bond in which you may know almost everything about someone, while they know nothing about you. But why can something so obviously one-sided feel so real? The answer begins long before smartphones. For most of human history, survival depended on belonging. Humans lived in groups. You hunted together, ate together, protected one another. Being rejected by the group could carry serious consequences. So the human brain became deeply sensitive to social connection and social exclusion. Loneliness became more than an unpleasant feeling. It became an alarm, a signal pushing you back toward other people. But here is the twist. Technology learned how to activate many of the signals of human intimacy without requiring an actual relationship. Think about what happens when you watch the same creator every day. You see their face up close. You hear their voice repeatedly. They look directly into the camera. They tell you about their childhood, their failures, their fears, their relationships, their private struggles. After hundreds of hours, they stop feeling like a stranger. They feel familiar. And familiarity is powerful. Your conscious mind knows this is a video. But emotionally, repeated exposure can create a sense of closeness. You know their jokes. You recognize their moods. You remember details about their life. Then one day, you realize something strange. You miss them. But the relationship contains a painful imbalance. You may know the name of their dog. They do not know your name. You may have watched them through the worst year of your life. They do not know that year ever happened. The emotion can be real. The relationship is still one-sided. And that alone is not necessarily harmful. Parasocial bonds can provide entertainment, inspiration, comfort, and a sense of connection. The danger begins when they start replacing the relationships that require something from you. Because real people are difficult. A real friend can misunderstand you. A real partner can reject you. A real conversation can become awkward. There are silences, disagreements, bad timing, embarrassment. You cannot pause a person when they become inconvenient. You cannot edit their personality. You cannot close the tab. And that is exactly why digital connection can become so seductive. It offers something real life cannot. Control. A creator can be turned off. A feed can be customized. An AI companion can be available whenever you want to talk. The interaction can feel safer because much of the unpredictability has been removed. Intimacy without as much friction. Connection without as much risk. But the real story hadn't even started. Because the discomfort you avoid is often the very thing that teaches you how to build relationships. Think of social ability like any other skill. If you stop using it, difficult interactions do not become easier. You simply become less practiced at handling them. The awkward silence feels heavier. Starting a conversation feels harder. Disagreement feels more threatening. Rejection feels catastrophic. So you retreat toward the place where interaction feels safer, the screen. And for a moment, the loneliness becomes quieter. But only for a moment. Because simulated closeness cannot fully replace mutual connection. A video cannot notice that you are unusually quiet today. A streamer cannot call you after your worst week unless they actually know you. A one-sided relationship cannot carry your coffin, sit beside you in a hospital, challenge your self-deception, or celebrate a victory that only the two of you truly understand. And this creates a dangerous loop. You feel lonely, so you retreat into controlled digital connection. Real interaction becomes less familiar. Because it becomes less familiar, it feels more uncomfortable. Because it feels more uncomfortable, you retreat even further. The digital world satisfies enough of the hunger to delay action. but not always enough to nourish the deeper need. That's where everything changes. Because the solution is not to declare war on technology, and it is not to pretend that every online relationship is fake. The real question is much simpler. Is your digital life supporting your human relationships, or replacing them? To find out, begin with an intimacy audit. Look at the creators, streamers, communities, and AI platforms that consume your emotional time. Ask yourself, when something important happens, who do I actually tell? Who knows what I am struggling with? Who can disagree with me? Who would notice if I disappeared for a week? If most of your emotional life exists in relationships where the other side does not truly know you, that is information you should not ignore. Enjoy entertainment as entertainment. Use technology as a tool, but do not confuse repeated exposure with mutual intimacy. Then comes the harder step. Choose shared friction. Real bonds often grow when people do something difficult together. A run club, a martial arts gym, a volunteer group, a class, a sports team, a project, a community built around action. Why? Because friendship often develops sideways. Not from two people sitting across from each other and announcing, "We should become close," but from showing up repeatedly, struggling together, laughing after failure, helping each other, being seen over time. Shared experience turns strangers into familiar faces. Familiar faces can become friends. But there is one final step. And for many people, it is the hardest. Microvulnerability. One unscripted human interaction every day. Say hello first. Ask a genuine question. Compliment someone's jacket. Make small talk with the cashier. Invite someone for coffee. Send the message you have been overthinking. At first, it may feel awkward. Good. Awkwardness is not proof that something is wrong. It is often the price of becoming practiced again. You do not rebuild social confidence by waiting until you feel confident. You rebuild it through repeated contact with the very uncertainty you have been avoiding. And slowly, something changes. The stranger becomes familiar. The conversation becomes easier. The fear of rejection becomes survivable. You stop needing every interaction to go perfectly. You become capable of being seen again. That is the transformation. Before, the screen protected you from discomfort. After, you understand that some discomfort is the doorway to connection. Technology can imitate attention. It can imitate conversation. It can even imitate intimacy with astonishing precision. But mutual human relationships require something no algorithm can manufacture on your behalf. Two people choosing to show up for each other. The modern world will offer you endless ways to avoid rejection. Be careful, because a life with no risk of rejection may also become a life with no chance of being deeply known. Turn off the stream sometimes. Leave the house. Risk the awkward conversation. Find the people who can know you back. Because connection is not being watched. It is being known. Every video, we expose the hidden psychological traps of the modern digital world that are actively changing your behavior. If you want to stay ahead, protect your mental focus, and master human psychology, hit that subscribe button before you leave.